news to talk about. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Shout out to all of the late night riders, the survivors. Phone lines will be open as well. Appreciate everybody for jumping in and tuning in. We're gonna talk defense in this episode. Let's get into the Randy Gregory conversation for the nation. And just right, Brandon, live like 95, Jake the Great. Continue to grind, shine. Mama, there go that man again. Turn me up. Come on. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the nation. And if you have not subscribed to the nation so far,
you must be out of your goddamn mind.
Come on. Shout out to you, CR. If you ain't even hit that like button right now,
you must be out of your goddamn mind.
Subscribe it up, baby. Let's go. The grind for your mind. I see you, fam. D-Shift, what's good? Austin, Malcolm, appreciate you for jumping in. Let's go. Come on. Jake the Great. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Where we at? Where we at? Come on. There we go. Yeah. My dog. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Let's talk about this. All right. The name, Law Nation. Hope all is well with all of you guys. All right, so news was earlier today that Randy Gregory felt like, hey, man, I was robbed, right? And we as Cowboys fans and Cowboys followers of this station and of Cowboys in general, we will say, man, yeah. And then earlier this week, Stephen Jones said, hey, he felt that he made the wrong decision by going back and forth with Dak Prescott. And we're sitting here like, man, wake up, newsflash. We knew that already, right? So there are things that we know with this organization that we sit back and we'll say to ourselves, come on, man, you got to make this thing right. You got to make this thing work out best for this organization, not just for brownie points, style points, right? Jesse, shout out to you on the Facebook group. Appreciate your Rug Lock. Always locked in, loaded in over here, man. Turn me up a little bit more. Y'all hear that? Yeah. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Ain't no party like a Cowboy party. That's grind, right? So, I mean, it's one of those things, Cowboy Nation, that we look at it and we'll say, man. But the storyline in the piece, in the article that the Athletic wrote on Randy is very, very intriguing. The guy had a 2014 Maserati, and he was sleeping out of the back of that. So sometimes your mental mind, in divorce and being alienated from his family. Sometimes they say, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And we would look at it like some people would look at money and say to themselves, if I just had a little piece of it, I'll be okay. But no, that's not the case nor the scenario, because there's mental wars that's going on that goes deeper than what cash can do, deeper than what you think that you can purchase or buy. Right? So the guy was going through a lot, man. People fail to realize that that's a lot of stuff that he was going through, going to a sport where he truly loved, but he couldn't let go of certain things, and then people paint him into a corner, and we see things like this. But Randy Gregory, woo! I mean, this year, going into the off season, heading into training camp, let the AI speak.
You're the man, Law. Let's have a great live stream, Cowboy Nation.
Woo. Shout out to you, Dylan. Appreciate you so much for the donation to help elevate the nation. Yeah, appreciate you so much, man. But now I can see everything that's here. Appreciate you, man, for help supporting this thing for the Oxnard trip, and I really appreciate it so much. And all of this stuff is not possible without the fans, and without people. Man, I don't think none of you guys like the Cowboys. I don't know about that. Y'all don't like them. Y'all love them. Yeah, we love the Cowboys. That's why we'll go tooth and nail. We'll fight for them. All right, so this article right here, let me click on this copy, and I want you guys to go to this article, and then if y'all subscribe, tell them that Law Nation sent you. That would help out as well. But shout out to The Athletic. They go into great details of giving you guys unbelievable information. Road to redemption. Y'all know. Addictions, divorce, and all of the Cowboys hope he can overcome, right? My thing is, Cowboy Nation, I love the underdog. I absolutely feel that Randy Gregory, now that he got this free mental mind, he don't have to worry about
Weed every day.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. If he want to, he can roll one, right? But the guy got a mission, a plan, and he's going to execute it. And you see, he's like the silent assassin. He'll just make a little smile here, and he'll go straight to the job at hand, get into the quarterback. This is going to be nice, Cowboy Nation. I love the fact that this guy is willing, and it's a long, lengthy article, Cowboy Nation. If you're a good reader, if you like to read, oh my goodness, and get into details of it, this is like a 3-hour episode for me to go down to each details of his transgressions and all of the pain and the agony, all of the highs and lows. And you learn more. Look, you learn more about a person that's able to get into that low dial and fight, get into the trenches, got their fingernails dirty, hands with mud in it. That's why I say all the time, Law, why you grind? Why you bust your tail off while you went to college? Why you bust your tail off in high school? Because I was trying to plan and put things in order, getting it out the mud so my daughters wouldn't have to. So my other family members wouldn't have to. My nephew, all this week, we're working out, trying to introduce him to this guy, trying to introduce him to this technique, style, the ability. And then on top of that, to showcase and give him a good time in Dallas land. Who knows? All it takes is one person to believe in you. All it takes is one. A lot of people looking for many. All it takes is one person to sow that seed in you and plant that seed in you. Randy Gregory got his wake-up call. Randy, are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, he's ready. So we can go back and forth and talk ill will of the kid, but he is ready to take action. All it takes is one. And just like it takes one person to believe in you, all it do is take is one person to destroy you, right? But you got to have that mindset to keep things in order. Now, the title of this episode is Can Dan Quinn Fix It? Basically, can Dan Quinn fix this defense? Last season was a weird one. I mean, we had guys who never stood up before, standing up, rushing off to the quarterback, trying to stop the run. We had guys who never were primarily the focal point on anybody's defense, but they were. We had defensive end and defensive tackles. Shout out to you, Sally. Shout out to you, Jesse. We had those guys dropping back in coverage. Let me repeat. We had them dropping back in coverage. We was playing musical chairs without safeties. And even, look, I know Chris Hall was right. I know Saban was right. Lee, I see you in the chat. I know you was right when y'all said, hey, come on, Cowboys, let's not go get Brandon Hughes' car. I mean, we fans. And we sitting there saying, no, don't do it. Come on. And the Cowboys did it, And we was banging on the table like, what about this guy? What about that guy? Oh, what about if we could just bring this person in for a cup of coffee, but not Darian Thompson? Newsflash, he didn't make it in Giants land. We picked him up. Come on, no, don't do this to us. And lo and behold, Stephen Jones said, we like our guys. We was like, no. Let me know if I'm lying, Cowboy Nation. CR says sign Sherman to help Cowboys. No, help cornerbacks laugh out loud. No. And listening to, and I know I'm shifting right quick, but I love when my people post comments in the comment box, especially those who follow my channel and regardless, I could have went live at 3:00 in the morning. I think CR would have been here as well as some others. My thing is with Richard Sherman. I got a lot of heat. Man, on my Twitter page. I reposted on Instagram, and I posted on Facebook. I didn't post it on YouTube because it was just too crazy with YouTube algorithm, and not saying I'm posting for the algorithm, but YouTube tend to shadow ban and do a whole bunch of things. So shout out to YouTube, we love you, but I just didn't post it there, especially without leaving context, because I like to leave context to what I post. But I posted to Instagram, different type of platform. I posted to my Facebook page, different type of platform. Shout out to Facebook. And a lot of people said, Law, that's none of your business what's going on, right? A lot of people said, hey, that's down with his lowest of his moments. And then my response was, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. People got to understand that life itself is fragile. And now with the social media and everything the way it is now, you got to be mindful of every little thing that you do. And especially, there are certain set of circumstances that you are held to regardless of whether or not you like it or not. But at the same side of everything, when you are a content creator, people reach out to you. What about this? How can I need help on starting my podcast? Oh, what are your thoughts on this player? Every single day, my DM messages and my Twitter DM boxes are filled with a lot of messages about opinions, and they want me to speak on them. Beyond Cowboys, by the way. So I try to give you guys my thoughts, my understandings of it, and I'm never 100% right. I tell people all the time, make sure you go back and do your own investigation for the nation. Do your own research. Do your own homework, right? Shout out to you, Darryl. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. Belly, what's good with you? I see you said, I got you. Night howling, right? Yeah. Appreciate you. We got Vampire Blood over here. Shout out to you. We live like 95. Nah, I'm playing. We don't need Sherm right now. No. It is what it is, CR. Look, I understand the notion that we do need help on defense, but going back to what the topic of the nature is, can Dan Quinn fix this? I think that he already fixed it. Let me pause for a second. I think that he already fixed it. Oh, for those who want to call in, let me just go ahead and so that you guys can be waiting in the queue just in case, just in case you want to talk to the nation. Yeah, let your voice be heard, and that's how it goes from here, Cowboy Nation. Yeah. Let me know if you can see the number up top and these sorts of things. 657-390-7391. That's the number. That's the hotline for your mind. So that is the situation. He already did. Why, Law? Why? Well, first and foremost, we're going back to what we already accustomed to. Let me repeat. We're going back to what we already accustomed to. Think about this. And a lot of people gave Chris Richard a hell of a time here. They praised him for 1 year. And then the second year they said, throw him out. Throw him out like the baby with the bathtub. Throw him out with the baby with the bathtub. However that saying goes. He's sucked. He's this. He's that. Right? But all he did was try to formulate and try to put out a system of what he's looking for. Tall, physical cornerbacks who can redirect at the punch. And on top of that, somebody that can get to the quarterback. That's what he wanted to install. But I come here to tell you, he didn't have one person that he was eligible to draft while he was here. Not one. All he took was already what that was there. He took Byron Jones and moved them from safety to cornerback. Byron Jones made All-Pro, I believe, one of those years that he was here. Can you imagine if we were to keep Byron Jones at safety? He'll probably still be on his team, for crying out loud. But that's just how it goes. He never got a chance to draft any of his guys on the defensive side, and he was second bidder to Papa Rob Marinelli. And then we know not everybody's lying. Rob Marinelli, everywhere he's been, it was cool. But after that couple of years, everybody looking at it like, come on, man, these guys are not developing. These guys are not learning. These guys are just playing reckless abandonment. They just using their physical size traits to get upfield. Nothing new. It was just mano a mano. My man is more physical, got more heart. What you need that. To this day, I think that Rob Marinelli is a great positional coach. And that's it. No head, no head in it. He shouldn't be like the defensive coordinator to nobody's team. I digress. But Dan Quinn, look at this draft. Jabril Cox fit right in. Parson fits right in. Israel Mukramu fits right in. Nation Wright fits right in. Boss Man Fat. All of these defensive guys, Chauncey Golston, they call him Ghost, fits right in. Let me know if I'm lying. I bet you Chris Richard was looking over there like, hey, y'all didn't give me nobody but Chris Westry. Shout out to him. He was 6'4". He was undrafted at the time. And Gerald Beasley says, but Marinelli was outdated Tampa 2 defense. I agree. It was outdated Tampa 2 defense. Just straight up Tampa 2. Hey, bend but don't break philosophy. Nothing creative. We used to say, look, there is like, I don't feel like pulling up the stats, but just you guys can take my word for it. Take my word for it. But Hold on. Let me see. BD Gray says Chris Richard ran an awful 2017 draft. Was he here in 2017? I thought 18 and 19 he was here. I could be wrong. Yeah, y'all look that up for me. BD Gray, look that up for me though. Look that up for me. Real talk. But neither here nor there. Yeah, I think he was only here for 2 years, and it was like a cup of coffee and a half. But I digress. This is a situation, and you could have been saying something else about that. But let me get what you said about that, because you my dog, BD. You know, you my dog. I tell you, Law, I'm sure Quinn is loving the talent he has on the defense, the DC for life. Yes, Sir King. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot. Oh, my goodness. It's talent. It's talent here. It's not talent abandoning. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got to call us 561. You're live.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me. Well, you was live. Did y'all hear him say hello? Because I wanted to. I wanted to know if whether or not people can hear me with this new system, what have you. Yeah. And trust me, I'm not saying that Chris Richard can walk on water. He got his warts or what have you. I think that when he came into the system, he should have banged on the table loud enough and said, you know what? If you guys going to give me the responsibility of being a defensive coordinator without the title, then at least allow me to go get some of my guys that fit my particular philosophy and system and scheme. But sometimes when you are, he beta mailed that thing all the way out. Although he had a lot of barking, he beta mailed that thing all the way out, because call it respect or disrespect. But dog, how you going to be in a position in a role and you can't put your foot down? That's all I'm saying. You're not going down as the DC. You're going down as the whatever position that they gave you outside of defensive coordinator. Don't give me the responsibilities without the title. That's all I'm saying. Now, the person that I get gang and mad respect for is Matt Eberflus. Eberflus said, you know what? Cool. This Marinelli's defense. Hey, I don't want that role. I'm gonna go ahead and pursue a head coach responsibility. And he didn't get head coach responsibility, but he did get a chance to be a defensive coordinator with his own stuff. And the Colts defense looking pretty good with the first year he came over there, and they were solid from there on out. Let me know if I'm lying. What's up, Nicholas? Yeah, what's up, Chris Hall? So that's how I'm looking at it, you know. The phone line, 657-390-7391. One of the mods, if y'all can put that in the chat, let me know so I can pin it to the top of the screen. All right, so we got my dog over here, 702. What's good? My dog, Shap. What's good?
What up, man?
Oh, it's your world. What you got?
You live like 95, homeboy. I'll be listening. I just caught you. I got off late.
Yeah.
So, how you been, man? How's the family? How's everybody?
I mean, the fam is all good. My little nephew, he got some good situations going on.
Yeah.
With coach, he got some favors, and he learned some few routes, techniques. So he's looking pretty good. Looking sharp. He's looking good going into his senior year.
That's good, man. You know, I'll be watching you and all the other guys, and I'm excited about this season. I don't know about you, Law, but I am.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm going to try to make it to training camp, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I've been working a lot trying to catch up on these bills and take care of my responsibilities, you know?
Yeah, you about 5 hours away from Oxnard, right, if I could remember?
Yeah, but the gas is, and I work so much cleaning these cars, my boss hardly ever lets me have off, because I'm important. He tells me, Daryl, he's like, I need you. I can't have you, you know, being gone all the time. I need you too much. So
right.
I try to take care of that and pay these bills and watch my team and watch you guys from afar, because I'm a fan of the team and always have been. So, you know, and always will be. like I tell you all the time, I'm diehard, homeboy. You know,
Oh,
I'm true blue all the way, baby.
yeah.
I wear the star on my sleeve and in my soul.
Yeah. So
Like I
can
say,
let me ask you this. Can Dan Quinn fix this defense?
I think so. I think if he can get this team to realize that, hey, realize what you have in front of you, whatever team it is in front of you. Realize that you gotta, study your film, do your work hard, do what I ask you to do, know your role, stay in your positions.
Right.
And when that ball comes at you, if you're on defense and you may need to make a play, make the play. Don't, be half-stepping. Don't be not trying.
Right.
Don't be not giving it your all. If it's your job to go sack the quarterback, stay in your lane, know your role, do what you got to do, But on top of that, we got dogs on this defense. We didn't have that before. We had in Randy Gregory. We have it in Law, or Lawrence, But other than that, we had Van Der Esch, but he was in and out. Then you had Jalen, you didn't have the 2016 or 18 good Jalen when he was rocking it, doing his thing and doing what he used to do when he was fresh with the team and whatnot and started having issues. But other than that, we didn't have no true blue chip Micah Parsons. We didn't have a dog Kelvin Joseph. We had Trayvon Diggs, but he's still a rookie. You got to think about that. Then you were dealing with COVID. Then you're dealing with all that stuff and all the distractions, and now you're dealing with hard knocks. But you got to realize the team you're facing is the Bucks. The first, regular season game.
Right.
And then you got your preseason games too, but, that's where the rookies and, I'm imagining Dak will get some kind of work in the preseason, but not much. And then, they ain't going to put all the starters out there in every preseason game because they don't want to get them all hurt. And they want them to keep them healthy and keep them fresh so they can study and do their on-side work or whatever you want to call it and whatnot,
Right.
But the team's got to realize on defense you got to play together, stay together. It's a brotherhood. Act like it. Bond with one another. Do what you got to do. Work out. Get your workout. You watch your film. And, go out and win that. Get to that goal of winning a NFC championship and making it into the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. We hadn't done it in 25 years, and if everybody can stay healthy and on the whole team, just come together and do what they got to do, I think we'll be just fine. I think we'll make it to the Super Bowl or the NFC championship. At least that's my hope. And I think that Dak can get the whole team to play together as well. So you got Dan Quinn, you got, Dak, and you got Lamb, and you got Amari, you got the veterans, but you also got Mike McCarthy. He's got some skins on the wall too, and hopefully this season goes well for him, better than last year. But we'll see. That remains to be seen.
Shap, man, good call from you, man. Appreciate you so much for calling in.
Bless you, and I just wanted to call and say hi to everybody. I send much love, and if I don't see you at training camp, just know that I'll be watching the Cowboy games, and I'll be watching you guys' podcast from afar when I can catch you. Love you, and always keep safe, and God bless Cowboy Nation. Let's keep rocking it.
Yes, indeed. That's my dog, Shap, man. Always bringing in some hot fire. He rattled off with a lot of names, and he rattled off with what they're going to do, and I really appreciate him with his thoughts and his understanding of the football game. Of course, D-Law, that is somebody that we will be really, really looking at, seeing if they can bring it up to the next level. We got the 409 next, and then we got the 561 that's waiting. So I think Chris Davis, he got a wonderful comment here. He said Eberflus was the Kellen Moore of our defense. That's why when people start talking about letting Kellen go, it drives me nuts. We want to let go of, let me move this on, of the only special coaches we have had in a decade. So from my understanding, Chris Davis, is what you're saying is basically in a perfect world, you would have made Eb Flus your defensive coordinator and Kellen Moore your head coach, or flip it. Let Matt be your head coach and let Kellen Moore be your offensive coordinator. You would have still had the same style of defense, but with a little bit flavor. You would have still then, in return, dare I say, have an up-and-coming offensive coordinator, and that marriage of those two as it relates to being young and with a lot of enthusiasm, it would have been better choices or during the retread, because we got a lot of people saying, look, this retread philosophy is cool, but no, we need these young guys in here with new philosophy that can identify with most of these players. You on to something. If y'all agree with Chris on that, let me know. Just type in Chris or just type in I agree. If the Cowboys were to go back in time and just elevate Matt as the, I guess, head coach, and then still do your elevations of Kellen Moore. Let him be your OC. Because it seems as if, though, we're chasing to go back to that philosophy of the defense being to what it is. And on top of that, we're chasing the fact that Jerry Jones is not going to get rid of Kellen Moore. I mean, Gerald Beasley agree. Come on. Yeah. So that's a good information there. Let me hear from the 409 what you have for the show.
Hey, what's up, Lo?
Not much, man. Talk to me.
Not much, man. I was doing some dumpster diving, man. I was checking out, this past week we had the whole quarterback rankings with Josh Allen getting the nod over the man Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to bring up an interesting fact I looked at the Buffalo Bills last year as related to what Dak Prescott's had in his career. But the Buffalo Bills actually had 26 turnovers as a defense.
Okay. 26 turnovers.
Which ranked fourth in the league, you know.
Oh, wow.
I went back and looked at turnovers, and, Dak, this is not a secret, but, the Cowboys haven't had a top-ranked turnover, top-ranked defense when it pertains to turnovers. I mean, generally just defense, period. I think the best Dak pass was maybe like 21 turnovers, whereas last year we had like 23 turnovers, which that put us like actually top 10 in defense when it came to turnovers.
Yeah, the majority of those came in the latter part. I think down the stretch we were ranked in the top 7 category down the stretch as it relates to taking the ball away. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, and then true enough, we've always played poor offenses where we couldn't take over turnovers. So I don't want to kind of brush over that, because those teams would have been the same teams Dak played, and honestly, some of those teams were teams that we could have beat. You think about the Giants later on in the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Just certain things like that. So, just kind of as we always try to defend our quarterback, just going on and think of like what these other teams have and what they have around them. And I just great points really always made by you and a couple other podcasts, just getting people to understand, like, yeah, we want to go ahead and revert to that balanced offense
right
at times, but at the same time, this isn't garbage time. You know what I mean? You don't just
right.
Defense just ain't gonna roll over and be like, all right, well, we up by 10 points, so let Dak pad his stats.
I think my guy Voch Lombardi did a wonderful piece on breaking down what was garbage time and what wasn't on a video, and you guys be sure to check out Voch Lombardi. And I believe we talking about the same thing, because the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, you go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, if you break up the season like it was last year, you talk about Dak's first 5 games, goes to be playing just a third of the season. Dak went, you want to say 2-3. Really, if you talk about the first 4 games and him going 1-3, if you look at any 4-game stretch last year, he didn't play 3 playoff teams in a 4-game stretch. I mean, the team as a whole.
Right.
you got to think those first four games, those first 3 out of 4 of those teams were playoff caliber teams that he was playing without his starting left tackles.
Man, that's too much truth right there. Yep.
And you got a new coaching philosophy. You got Mike McCarthy paying off 15-year favors. Getting a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what if anything, Jerry Jones, the one personnel thing that he did get right was firing Tom Landry and hiring Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
But since then, he can't make a personnel move. I mean, Parcells. But since then, it seems like we let go. We let all of our good coaches go. You think about all the good coaches, great coach Mike Zimmer, Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
We let all of our great coaches get away from us, and we bring in Mike Nolan. I mean, I honestly, man, I would, if anything comes down to this team not making it, we're gonna look back at Mike McCarthy, and we're gonna look at it and see the downslide he's had as a coach, and then we're gonna go back and question that we make the right decision by bringing him as a coach, and not going after the Lincoln Riley or going after the evolution, so to say.
Right.
I mean, it's just a shame that the team's talent is always something, and again we're looking like we're making excuses at the end of the year, and it leaves us in the beginning of the year just looking overly optimistic when we know what team we got and we know at what full potential our team could be if they let it be. Like you had coaches really sitting down Randy Gregory for Alden Smith. I mean, I don't know if this happens any other team. I don't know. You remember the Major League Baseball show where the owner was trying to sabotage the team? I get that vibe.
Right. Oh my God.
I get that vibe sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, it's craziness. But I mean, at full potential, with the right coach, man, this team could, like, I mean, we could shock the world, man. But I don't know.
I mean,
Jones just want to be great, man. You talk about this positions with glaring needs and
Yeah, 409.
Call them out.
Yeah.
Call them out. Call out the Purge Squad because we need some change.
Yes, indeed. But appreciate you for calling in, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's good stuff from the 409, spitting all on his mind about the coaching philosophy. 561, you up next. Hold tight. This is the situation. Jerry gonna do Jerry things, and I look at it like this: Jerry Jones in college, he played offense. He was on the offensive side, offensive lineman, right? And believe it or not, he was an offensive lineman. He was bigger than what he is now, of course. And I think that he got an offense mentality. He hired offensive coaches. And the last great coach that he hired was Parcells. I really, really, really like Parcells. But Parcells didn't have the longitude and latitude. Shout out to Chris Titus. Appreciate you so much for the $4.99 for your mind. Appreciate you so much. 561, hold tight. I'm in 661. Appreciate you for jumping in. Let me just jump in with the 561. What you got for the show, 561?
Hey, what's that, Law?
Nothing to it. Just chilling.
Hey, man, on that Chris Richard thing, man, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the Cowboys played him. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't really the defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. He was just like, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, I'm gonna let you drive this car. It ain't really your car, but you can take it around the block and get it clean, but it ain't your car now. So, like, if you take care of it and it's running good, I'm going to get the credit because it's my car. But if you crash it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's
get all the blame, it's your fault.
It's your fault because I'm looking at it like this from day one he came in there and he's like, what's going on? The new guy coming to work and he's doing the job so good that you got to fire him because he's making everybody look bad. Because if you think about it, the first thing he says is Byron Jones, he's not a safety, he's a cornerback. And he's like, damn, we all seen that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, so I feel like right now what the Cowboys are doing, they like looking themselves in the mirror. And, you know, Jerry Jones is looking at Steven like, damn, you know, let's chill out. Maybe we ain't as good as we think we is. Randy Gregory, you know what I'm saying? He should have been playing more. What were we thinking? You know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe I'm getting that they doing right now. They're just looking themselves in the mirror and realizing how bad it was. And I feel like Chris Richard got played. You know what I'm saying? And he got played so bad, he can't even get a job now. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think he picked up one. He picked up one. I think he's over there in the Saints now. He's over there. I think he's their passing game coordinator, something like that. He's somewhere on the Saints roster as a guy that's going to coach up their defense in some capacity.
That's good.
I mean, it is what it is.
But yeah, as far as Dan Quinn, did he fix the defense? I want to say yes because you know I'm going to eat all the Cowboys cheese. You know I know there's you know what I'm saying, the free cheese in the mousetrap, but I'm going to eat it anyways. You know.
Yeah.
You know our Cowboy. You know what I'm saying, but I can't say he did fix it yet because I want to see what happens in training camp because you know everybody looks good in shorts and t-shirts, but when them pads come on and that sun sort of beating on you, you know what I mean. We're going to see what's going to happen. But I feel like it's going to get better because we got new defensive tackles. Because, you know, we got new people in that defensive tackle position. What do you think about that?
Well, we got Brandon Urban. He's going to play down inside. You got Osa. You know, you got Golston. He got position to flex and play down deep inside. Justin Hamilton still on this team. Tristan, as well as Navel Gallimore. So you got some guys' bodies, right, that's going to fight. Carlos Watkins, he's going to fight. So what we're looking for is who will be the last one to remain on this roster, you know. So just from there, man, if we can create some type of pressure, if the guys can win and defeat their one-on-ones because they're going to have it. You think about it. You lining up on a Sunday, your first objective is to do what? Beat, and double team D-Law, beat, and double team Randy Gregory. You're not worried about those guys inside.
Right. And I feel we was like extremely weak because, you know, as a football fan, just the way we got ran over last year, it was really embarrassing. I mean, like, you know, as a man, it's like you got out there, hey, man, that guy beat you up, man. Like, I mean, he whooped you. And that's what happened. Like, teams like, you know what? We're not even going to run the ball. And then you look, you like the Cowboys are like ranked 15 in pass defense. Now, that's false because teams are just running the hell out the ball on us. You know what I mean? And one thing I feel like Cowboy fans, we kind of are a little, you know, delusional because, like, there's no way that you can just lean on a bunch of rookies to think that they're just going to come in and, you know, like, we got Diggs. We seen what happened. It took him like 3 or 4 games to really get his down to the NFL speed. So you talking about possibly a outside corner rookie, maybe an inside corner rookie. You know what I'm saying? However it's going to play out. So we got to really lean heavy on that defensive line and them linebackers. And we got to hope that KZ can play. If not, you know, we're going to, you know, we can't be delusional and be like, we're going to go 17-0. Hey, it might not happen. You know, people like Zeke needs to get 2,000 yards and all the receivers. It just might not happen. You know, we got to be realistic and face that.
You ain't lying, man. Appreciate you so much for calling. From the 561, I mean, you're the truth with that one. Yeah, we always have to plan ourselves and put ourselves in the mindset of preparing down the road. You know, in my pantry, I got, you know, some food that's called non-perishable. You know, just in case if, you know, we go through another situation. Down here in Texas, we got all type of crazy weather. So in my utility shed, I got a generator just in case. You know, if the storm come through and knock everybody lights off, law will be okay at least for a couple of days. So you gotta always, better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. So from a mindset that you have a bunch of rookies or guys with less experience, I want you guys to start up a business or start up a grocery store line or something like that and hire nothing but fresh guys and new people. You're going to have some technical errors. That's why it's good to have somebody who's been around the block. Now, on our Cowboys defense, for what he was saying, we have nobody with, I believe, over 6 or 7 years of experience. So what we got to do is, on one end, the 903, you coming up next. I already know who you are. So y'all hold tight for the 903. She's up next. This is the situation. When we think about being prepared and being ready, I tell people all the time, if you got an interview Monday, gas up Sunday. Gas up now. You know what I'm saying? Have the full tank of gas. Don't just try to sit there and say, well, I can just gas up in the morning time. There are things that could be put in place that cause you to be delayed. Now, this particular team, nobody got over 7 years of experience from what I know. And on one end, it's good that you have fresh eyes, fresh ideas, fresh legs. But on the other end, there will be some loopholes that will be hard to close up. And you just got to get that when time comes. And that is through repetition. And I hope that Diggs look at this opportunity and say, hey, I'm ready for that. I'm ready to be the quote-unquote CB1. I hope that KZ look at it like, hey, the opportunity that I had in Atlanta land was good, but now I'm over here in Dallas. I took this job so that I can showcase my talent and take over as the safety. You guys don't have to worry about that. Donovan Wilson, he's looking at it like, yeah, I got positional flex. Whatever they want me to play, I'm willing to play free or strong. I'm here. Coach, put me in. And then either Boss Man, Nashawn, or Reggie, they got rid of Rashard Robinson, which, you know, shout out to him for what he did for us for this limited time. And, of course, Anthony Get Down Brown and Jordan Lewis. All of these guys got to look at this opportunity and embrace it and try to learn. And like what I think the chap said, they got to learn to play together. Let's listen in to the 903. Speak your mind.
Hey, Law, hey, everybody.
Hey.
I was just listening to what he's saying. I know some people might have faulty feelings about different players or whatever, but you can't count out any man on this team.
Mm-hmm.
The one that you count out, just like somebody put down on people all their lives, say they'll never be anything, or saying they can't do this, or they'll never be able to do that. You can't say what a person can't be. You're not God.
Right.
God made all of us with a talent. And if that person talent come in and work out with the other player talents that we already have, you can't say what they can and can't do. But what I see, those kids are hungry. And I'm looking for, my expectation is high for this team all the time. I don't care until I'm proven wrong. So don't count out the new talent, because those are fresh pair of legs. Those boys are hungry. They want to make a statement and get a place on this team. So don't count them out. I see those boys working hard. Zeke working hard. All our players working hard. Look at our quarterback. He is a bona fide young leader who was said that he would never be nothing, that he couldn't come and lead this team. What did he do? He won the starting position, and people hate on him because of that. So don't count out the players because they knew. They hungry. And they fresh pair of legs to go along with the old pair of legs that we have, who've been working hard to get themselves back up. We was dealing with COVID. They was dealing with COVID. We still dealing with COVID. But because of God, they're able to get out there and work and do what they couldn't do last year. So you can't count them out because of last year. All I got to say, Be positive, people. Don't count out people. They always count our boys out, and they always come through. And I'm looking for them to come through and shut up a lot of fakers, haters, doubters, and everyone. Y'all have a blessed night.
Amen. My goodness, that's what I'm talking about right there. There's Lady Jessica right there. She brings the fun, the thunder, the fun from all of everywhere for the Dallas Cowboys with positive vibes, and I love her, man. I love her all together, man, for that. And this goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. I always like to put up the people doing the praise dance, because that is what she brings to the table. And the hungry part of it, PhD, poor, hungry, and determined to make things happen. You're looking at all off season, Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott working out together at Dak house, throwing the rock. And on top of that, CD Lamb. Then that's chemistry, Cowboy Nation. And I told people that the best thing that can help this defense will be a good, strong running game. Let me repeat. The best thing that can help this defense will be a strong running game. The ability to run the ball because it's time of possession, and especially give these defensive backs on our side an extra spell, so that they won't be back on the field, because I believe that there was one coach that said this: fatigue make us cowards of us all, or something like that. And his name is Jimmy Johnson. Y'all can find that direct quote and put that somewhere in the chat. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. I think that's how he put it. And that was the Jimmy Johnson, who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And we just need Jerry to do one more favor for us, especially those who bleed the silver and blue. Put that man in the ring of honor. Let me repeat, put that man in the ring of honor. Matter of fact, I will cry. I come on this show crying in tears of joy and laughter the day I see one of my favorite coaches of all time, Jimmy, in the ring, because he belongs up there. Let me know if you guys say otherwise or feel otherwise, and we can go back and forth to that. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Appreciate you, Chris Titus. Appreciate you, man, for subscribing. Fred Wood says, although our team holistically is young, we have a plethora, I can't read today, of experience in terms of offensive side. We all know offenses are a year ahead of the defenses. We'll be fine. This is from Fred Wood from a different perspective. Plethora, yeah. Okay, appreciate you, man. Fred, you put it in offense is ahead of a defense by a year. Yeah. Are they? Yeah, you could be right on that. But defense, man, it just goes back to defense. Still old school philosophy throughout the NFL. Those teams that's really, really winning, stop the run, get turnovers and takeaways. I think the year that we had a lot of takeaways, I think it was 2014. That was the year that we had a lot of takeaways, and before that time frame, I think it was the I want to say 09 team. So we've been lacking in those departments of taking the ball away. Maxell says, Jimmy, he belongs in the ring of honors. He do. Let me go right here. If you can keep your head. Yeah, there's my thoughts there. Let's go right here. Stephen Jones admit Cowboys' mistake, should have signed Dak Prescott the first time around. And we've been talking about that. We've been talking about that on our channels, right? Stephen Jones, he finally admitted that, hey, I was wrong. He should have signed Dak Prescott many a moons ago, basically. Can the offensive tackle hold up? I believe the offensive tackles will hold up. That's just my thoughts. Because of the fact that Tyron Smith, he really never had off-season surgeries. Well, it was during the season, but he really never got that corrected, and now he can feel both arms, so that's good. I think Lyle Collins, he all right. He been working out with Dak Prescott. I went into details of that in my previous episodes. This guy right here, Amari Cooper, I mean, vastly underrated. You know, and it goes into detail. Let me just share this with everybody, this article right here, so that everybody can have this article. That's the first step anyway. Admitting that you were wrong, right? Shout out to Stephen Jones for saying that. Hey, I was wrong, man. You know, that's the first step. Amari Cooper, a lot of people look at Amari Cooper as, hey, man, he ain't that. I get this all the time on my channel. Amari Cooper ain't that good. Amari Cooper ain't that good. But when this season kick off, pay attention to what Amari Cooper do out there on the field. Give me 1 second. I got to go get me some water. Brother parched over here, and this drink ain't doing it. Give me 1 second here. Y'all bear with me. Let me give me some water right quick, if that's okay with you all. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave y'all with some motivation right here. Hold tight. I'll be right back, Cowboy Nation. Don't leave. Hit that like button, share this content. Bam, here we go.
They're really tough and they're really rough.
Phone line.
And nothing's working.
Reserve your spot.
But there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be, who you're going to be, who you're don't know who you're going to be, who you're
Mic check. Whole lot better. H2O. What do you know? Come on, Nation. Hit that like button, share this content, subscribe. Let's go. Yeah, appreciate you guys so much for hanging tight with me. All right, so we was talking about the defense. Can Dan Quinn fix this defense? That's the topic line. And then, of course, earlier, for those who are just not tuning in, we talked about good old Randy Gregory. Didn't know that he was sleeping out of the back of his car. Maserati. Y'all seen Maseratis. They're decent size, but Randy Gregory like 6'5.5". So that's a tall brother to sleep out of the back of his car, going through a divorce, being alienated from the NFL, hit with surprise drug tests, even missing a certain meeting when he was in rehab. You know, I mean, come on. You know, the NFL was sullying and denigrating this guy. He was in rehab. And they still hit him with the fine. Still hit him with, hey, you didn't show up. Still held this man to a large, and like I said, let me just see if I can share this article again for those who are just now jumping in. You know, struggling, man, with just life itself. And his storyline, I'm rooting for him all the way through. And that's Randy Gregory, because we've been down that road before. The thing is with depression, the thing is with struggles, the thing is with pain, loss of loved ones, whether they're gone forever or loss from an opinion, loss from things that may occur in your life. We all can identify with being in those low situations. And it's not about money. It's not about career path. It's about that war that's going on in your mind. And for him to have clarity, to be able to see. Look, I want you guys to go to YouTube, type in people who can see color for the first time. Like people that, there was a test, like some people that was colorblind all of their lives, and they couldn't see, and they see color for the first time. They're looking at it like this, like, wow. You know, look at, you know, some of the people who don't do it for show, but every now and then you see these inspirational videos where somebody have like a fistful of cash. Not saying that you need to give this to a homeless person, but just watch those videos of how it sparks their life, how it brings forth things that you would never think. And I believe that by the NFL itself, removing certain clauses and certain things from, their rule book now, open up a player like a Randy Gregory, battling through bipolarism, you know, whole bunch of things that we can't even talk about during his airways, you know, but it's just what it is. Dan Quinn has gathered his defense together. This is from Dixon. Yeah. His philosophy, his style of defense, we can go down the list of the Cowboy players that's on his team from the interior. It's Osa. You know, he's going to be wearing number 75. He's a pretty good guy, 6'2". Yeah, he's 280. But I believe it's just going to be one of those rotational situations, whereas you have Tristan Hill, that would probably be the starter, who knows, or Neville Gallimore. And then right when those guys get, you know, tired or what have you, deep down in the third or the fourth quarter, you bring in Osa. Woo! A lot of things can happen on the positive aspect of it. I did a film piece on Austin Follow You. Shout out to all of the Polynesians out there, the people that reached out to me, said his name is pronounced Follow You. Good situation for us, underdog guy, but I believe he's going to fight like you know what. When it's time for the training camp to hit, I'll be looking for him. Good guy, by the way. He reshared the video that I put on Instagram. But shout out to Austin Follow You. And you got to check out him. Check out my film assessment on him. Raw in a sense, but I believe that he's going to give Justin Hamilton a run for his money. And he's going to give some of these guys that's on the low end of the roster a run for their money. And it could be a situation that the underdog, baby. I'm always rooting for the underdog, by the way. So, like Osa, Austin Follow You, as well as Quentin Bohanna. You know, all of these boys. Quentin, I think that he's a shoe-in guy that's going to be the interior defensive player on his team. Look out for him. Justin Hamilton, although he's from my hometown, he got to prove it to the new coach that, hey, I can play in this system. One gap. Get me upfield. Let me get to the quarterback. And he's nobody to sneeze at as it relates to his weight size. You see 315, but he's more like 325, 330 when you see him in real life. And, of course, they still got Big Bo at 360, but he's more like 332 as well. So these interior guys, I think Brent Urban, they got him listed as defensive end, but he's more going to be at the inside. Look for him. When you pull up his Pro Football Focus, and I know a lot of people don't like Pro Football Focus. People like, no, Lord, we don't like Pro Football Focus. But when you look up, he's third in the National Football League last season as it relates to stopping the run. Now, just for context, you can say you can do that when you have Akeem next to you, but Hicks next to you. But I come here to tell you guys that I think that his long length and his bursts get off, his redirect, he plays with a good deed of leverage, keep his pad levels low. I'm thinking that he will be okay, even if the Cowboys roll him out as the starter and then kick in one of the guys to come in behind him. I think that he'll be okay. This defense, Rondell Carter, let me tell you guys that the players that I see that probably have a difficult time making this team. Of course, it'll be Austin Faoliu. Of course, it'll be Rondell Carter. He don't have any sponsors this year. Basham, he's in there. Let me see where else on the defensive front. Give me 1 second. Dorrance Armstrong, Bradley Anai, those two right there. Hold on. Let's do this right quick, because I hate drinking out of a plastic bottle. Give me 1 more second, y'all. It's late, so just bear with me. Let's do it this way. I got to go get my other mug. That's what I'm going to do. Bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Law Nation love y'all. But give me 1 second, baby. Come on. Phone line still open now. All right, Nation. All right. There we go. Had to pull out the heavy hitter. I'm going to show y'all what the type of water I drink. That little, like when you drink your alkaline water, and then you go back to like Aquafina, you're like, And my alkaline, I poured it in this right here. This is what I drink. This right here, make the beard grow, baby. Let me see if that thing can focus in. Yeah. Y'all see it? Smooth hydrations for the nation. This is what I drink. And I go through a whole bunch of this stuff. Make your teeth white, baby. That's the secret. And it makes your hair and all of your skin and all of that stuff and all of the energy all through the water. So I appreciate y'all for bearing with me to go grab my water. Hydration for the nation. All right, so I know it's late, so a lot of people are still tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. I was parsed there I say. And shout out to Alkaline Water. And let's go. That's good water for your soul. Same place. I'm pretty sure. Shout out to you, Rue Glock. Appreciate you. Jessica in the house, always up. Yeah, appreciate you. Get 100 likes for Law. Where we at with the likes? Appreciate you. Shout out to Chris BD. I just drink water from the sink, but I also have well not city water. Okay, BD. Where you at, man? What city you in? Well, what state you are in? I don't want to yell out your city, though. What state you are in, BD? Mm-hmm. So I got 2 mugs now. Yeah. San Antonio. Okay. We working with some people that's going to be based out of San Antonio. So when we have like our camps and stuff like that, I'll be sure to reach out to you if you're close to that San Antonio area. We're going to be doing a lot of things in the near future with camps. And think of it like this. Pro football players will be in the mix with us during these camp showings, and I can't wait for that to happen. Fred Wood, shout out to you, man. Natchez, Mississippi. Now you better not be drinking. You better not be drinking that Natchez, Mississippi water out of the faucet, Fred. You know where they get that water from. Oh my goodness, that water hard out there, hard as a brick. If we want to take a shower out there, you'd be like, whoa, man, that water done beat me down. Yeah, you had the Nate Robinson effect with the water. But shout out to Natchez, that's my hometown. Yeah, you already know. Berlin Heights in Ohio, Chris Titus. Okay. Who else we got, man? Anybody from California? Will you guys be in Oxnard? You know. Appreciate you, Jessica. Appreciate you for that information update. Congratulations to Drew Pearson. Oh yeah, Gene. Yeah. Drew Pearson is my dog, man. Great guy, great personality. Hut. And I can't wait to see him get in and do his thing. Delaware in the house, appreciate you. Macomb is here, Law. Okay, Charles Morris, appreciate you all the way from Macomb. Shout out to Brookhaven. Shout out to Copiah. Is it Lincoln County or Copiah? That's Lincoln, right? Lincoln County. I could be off on the counties. We got 82 of them in the state of Mississippi. Washington, D.C., appreciate you. Biloxi, boy, we got all the Mississippi Warriors over here. Boy, Mississippi ruling this thing, man. Yep. 904. Shout out to the 904. I watch Undisputed and have too many racials for me. Chris Titus. Race baiting is a new flavor there. Over here on Law Nation's channel, and I'm not saying that you're doing it, but you know that's just how those 4-letter networks do it. They do a lot of race baiting. They do a lot of political mumbo jumbo talk, and they do a lot of stuff without substance talk. And a lot of times it's just fillers. And then, of course, they do a lot of Cowboys talking over there on those other shows. And there's always something about what the Cowboys did and what they didn't do, what they should do type of conversation. And it's just crazy. But over here, you know, I try to, you know, let me give y'all a flavor of my show. I try to give you guys raw opinions. I like stats, but I'm not heavy on stats. I'm bigger on film. I'm bigger on expectations of a player opposed to like those people that be reaching out there for just things that they can just throw and see what sticks, you know? Just like I believe Emmanuel Archo, he says that Mitch Trubisky and Dak Prescott, same person basically. And then when I pull up the stats, of course, like I said, I'm not big on stats, but at least if you're going to say something, can you at least provide film, data, stats to back it up? That's how I go with it. You know, not a lot of anecdotal type of stuff. You know, we don't do all that over here. East Texas in the house. What's good with you, East Texas? That's where Jessica. That's where you from. Okay. They do it because they sells and draw views. Is BD. Yeah, man, it is crazy. You know, people do that. You know, to I don't want to call it clickbaiting, but they do it. You know, clickbaiting and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Stuart, you way in Japan. Ooh. And just far away from here. Let's see what this article talking about.
Cowboys news. Stephen Jones admits he made a mistake. Stephen Jones admits Cowboys mistake. Should have signed Dak the first time around. Todd Brock, Cowboys Wire. Hindsight is always 20/20ths. There have been euphoric moments, like the team's landslide 52-17 win in XXVII. There have been crushingly low moments, like the 1994 loss to San Francisco despite having what was widely considered the best team. There have been draft pick busts, lost cause seasons, players who slipped away, and personnel moves that tanked. But ask Stephen Jones about his top regret in his time as executive vice president of the, and the 57-year-old doesn't need long to come up with an answer. Probably would have signed Dak the first time around, he said with a big laugh, and it would have been better for everybody. Jones sat down for a wide-ranging interview with KXAS-TV recently, and while Jerry's oldest son touched on the larger-than-life Cowboys greats he's been fortunate enough to be around, like former quarterbacks Troy Aikman and Tony Romo, most of the conversation revolved around things like legacy and family. 4. Can the offensive tackles hold up? DallasCowboys.com. Health on the offensive line has been.
All right, so that was Stephen Jones. The article, I didn't know you play that button. They would talk for it for you. You learn something new every day. But shout out to Stephen Jones for admitting his mistakes from Todd Brock. And it's one of those things whereas when you think about it, it is what it is at this time. It is what it is. So that's water on the bridge. Dak Prescott got his paper, got his bag, and now we're looking for is our expectation for this season just to be healthy. Front five, got to keep them upright. Left tackle and right tackle, right guard. Those three are the strong suits of this particular front five, and I believe that they will do a great job. Far as Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, him and as well as Tony P., which is Pollard, by the way, he's going to have to formulate a situation whereas if we can defeat those 8 and 9 man fronts, we okay. If we can continue to push this thing down the field, require these teams to, when they are lined up inside the box or 8 or 9 up front, then we okay because Dak Prescott will eat on the edge on the one-on-ones on the outside. So with all that being said, Cowboy Nation, we going pretty far. We are. Let's continue to grind and shine. No stuff, Stevens. Yeah, shout out to you, Fred Woods. Appreciate you. It's been a wonderful time doing this episode with you all. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. I'm about to roll like dice, but I will be up bright and early in the morning with some more information. Stay tuned to this channel. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, share this content. Let your friends, neighbor, foes know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. That is the official number for my channel, 657-390-7391. Be sure to write that number down. Give me a call whenever I go live. I should have it open for the future time reference points there. And let's continue to go, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate you. Henderson, Nevada. That's where Darryl, that's where you from? Stewart, okay. On your way out, appreciate you, man, so much for the love and adulations to help elevate the nation. I want the AI to speak on that one whenever she get a chance to. She been late. She must be tired, Come on, AI. There you go, Stewart. Come on, AI. I'm waiting on her.
Not a fan of Hard Knocks this year. Personally, I think it's a distraction.
Well, Stewart, me too. But I will have to say this. Let me close out this the phone lines. Leave, okay. It's not closed. Okay. All right. And we exit out of here. Let me go back to your comment right here. I agree, but we have to see this thing all the way through. In life, there are distractions. There are things that get in the way, but we're going to have to fight it through. This is the Dallas Cowboys. I have to tell you guys that, and this is what we do. We draw a lot of attention. Heavy is the crown, and that's just how it goes. Even if it wasn't, even if we didn't qualify for Hard Knocks, I believe there would have been still, Showtime would have came out with a show. Cinemax. Amazon Prime, the second edition would have said, hey, what about the Cowboys? You know, so this is how it goes with us, with Jerry. And we will have to figure out how to overcome that. Let's go. Appreciate you. Cowboy Nation. We talked about, can Dan Quinn fix this defense? I come here to tell you guys that he already fixed the defense just by his philosophy alone. Just by him putting out that we need help on defense. Going out getting a boss man fat. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Going out and grabbing a Parson that he can line inside, and as well as you can line him out and he can be one of those linebackers that flies out to the ball. Right now, Cowboy Nation, we looking good in that situation. Even when we had Jalen Smith, for a lot of people doubting him, it's okay because now we got Parson. Oh, we got Jabril Cox too. Oh, we went and got a Keanu O'Neal. So I believe in the hearts of hearts that from a athletic standpoint on this front, you know, front seven is part of it, right? But from an athletic standpoint from these linebackers, we are better than what we were last season. It was Sean Lee or bust. And then when Sean Lee always went down, of course, we had to lean on Jalen. LVE, oh my goodness. We tried to lean on him, and it just didn't work out for us. But now, guess what? Even if you do lean on LVA, guess what? Even if you do lean on Jalen Smith, guess what? And if they don't fall through or handle this thing out, we still got Parson. We still got Jabril Cox, baby. Oh, we got a Keanu O'Neal. See, that is what we talking about, is going back to your resources and grabbing somebody to help solidify your depths. Let's go into the other category for everybody who want to talk noise. Last season, Tristan Hill, yay, he showed up for a few games, better than what we thought that he was going to be able to do. He folded up. Navell Gallimore came into the mix. What the Cowboys do? Did they say, yeah, we cool with Navell Gallimore? No, they went and got an Osa. Let that sink in. They didn't stop there. They said, okay, we went and got a Brent Urban. Where did he rank? I said this earlier. 3rd in the National Football League. Oh, just to solidify the edge, guys. Y'all hear me out. Y'all know it's time for me to pump up this thing. They say, yes, Randy, get down, blaze them up, Gregory. Let's not stop there. They went and got a Basham. I want you guys to look up his film. Look up my assessment on him. He can bend and get off to the edge too. Excuse me. Just in case if that don't work, they got Bradley Anad just sitting there waiting. I reached out to Bradley Anad after I did my film assessment on him, and he said, I'm ready, boss. I'm about that game, that work action, boss. I love it. That's energy that I can't wait to see him out there in Oxnard. D-Law. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, doubting him. Everybody saying that he can't do this. But I come here to tell you, D-Law is ready for it. That's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to do a late film assessment on him just working out. I'm going to show y'all that burst, that get off. The law's coming for y'all. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he coming. Let's talk about the secondary. Let's talk about Boss Man Fat, Nation Wright, Israel Mukramu. Those guys, they new to this situation. You see, we can only go back and look at Anthony Brown. We can only go back and look at Jordan Lewis. Oh, we had Cheeto Rouzier here last season. That's all we can pull our reference from. But these new guys, sometimes you can be so new that it goes back to what Boss Man Fat said. We winning in Dallas. I took that to heart because that is what the youth can speak of. They don't understand the trials and tribulations. They just out there ready to play. They just ready to lace them up. They ain't worried about what the Cowboys of the old did. They talking about Cowboys of the present. So look, let's not look back into the past. Let's look at what we can do right now. And we out here to win. We winning in Dallas, and that's what I can't wait to have that mentality, to have that mindset, to have that thought process, to have that in front of you and say we winning in Dallas. This is exactly what Parson is thinking too, Cowboy Nation. That's why he's not afraid to say, hey, who's the best guy that's playing chess out here? I'm going to come for you too. Huh? Let that sizzle down into your spirit. Shout out to my dog Country Wayne. I took that from him. But we going to also sprinkle some of Mama's cooking. That's what I took from Kwame Brown. We're going to sprinkle some Mama's cooking over here for the 2021 season. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. I get crunk when I say these things because I know I'm speaking it to an existence. I can't wait for the haters to come around here and say, well, the Cowboys didn't win in 25 years. Well, why haven't you caught up? Because you're so busy looking up to greatness. Looking up so long that your neck got stomach muscles. Let's go. 9 dime for your mind, Brandon. What's good? Shout out to you, Vegas lifestyle living. I say this all the time before I go. You might want to write this down. Excuse me for yelling in your ears. Turn me up just for a second. Write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you will simply just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it with the help of Almighty, just like Randy Gregory gonna do for the 2021 season, you can get it. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Turn me up. I'm too crunk right now. I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of chill downs. There we go. Come on. Come on.
This is Sparta!
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's grind, baby. Yeah.
Freeze. Photo. Please. No photos. No. G's. No. Please. No photos. Hit the door and the dome and just
Come on.
Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up a way till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town.
Come on.
Talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody like me. Phone ringing and I tell them it's I got
spicy.
Freeze. Photo.
Come on.
Please. No photos. No. G's. No. Please. No photos. I keep giving game away.
Law.
I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Put this on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell them it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze.
Appreciate everybody. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. Watch that beat come in. Come on. Tell them.
Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I've been free to the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the
wins. I appreciate you.
But the one who took my sins.
Stewart.
Real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once,
I do it again. If you have not liked this channel to this point,
everything is on me. You matter what. Add it up. Bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me.
If you have not subscribed to this channel at this point,
everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what.
If you didn't hit that subscribe button plus that like button right now, you must be.
I might come farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real,
if you had not shared this content,
I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying
to your contemporaries, your compatriots.
It don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the lights up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me.
But we tell all the haters, lean forward just a little bit. Right there. Right there. Don't move.
I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up.
Come on.
Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Yeah, come on. That's for all of the HBOs. That's to help a brother out. Appreciate you, Stuart. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of the subscribers. Let's continue to grind and shine. The name is Law Nation. Come on. Shout out to everybody that got me to 60,000. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out. Breathe you in.
Come on, Nation.
Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you. For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Don't let them hit you, baby. Shout out to you, Tiffany. For the $19.99 for your mind. We appreciate you so much. It's gonna take us a long way. A long, long way.
Whatever you do.
to you, Miss Jessica. When Miss Jessica get out there, I'm expecting. There you go. That's for Miss Jessica. Hey. Let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights. PD Gray, shout out to you. Don't forget to put down where y'all from. I love it. I love to know where you guys are from. I'll follow wherever you go. Yeah. Play it too. Hey. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. NC in the house. So far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. We out.